What is up, Defects? Back for another video, a solo video today, but don't worry, the Butcher 105 will be back soon. But today, something very important, a little public service announcement. We are talking about a slab, a CGC slab. They're in the news again, okay? Not their fault this time, though. A fake slab, okay? And it's a really large book, all right? So we're gonna get into all that, but before we get into that, guys, hit the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Amazing Spider-Man 667. I'm gonna put it up on the screen, the 1 in 100 Delado variant, guys. Amazing cover. I love this cover, would love to have this in my collection, but this book's a pretty penny. The last time it sold was over $30,000, guys. The price has definitely come down. You don't see it change hands too often. So before I get into the details about the fake slab, that kind of circulated Twitter and a little bit on Instagram, and a big shout out to the 99 Newsstand for bringing this to our attention. Let's talk about this book and why it's so expensive. So Amazing Spider-Man 666 was the Spider Island storyline. A lot of people that, you know, back in 2011, a lot of people were buying that up. There was a lot of variants for the time period. And there was a lot of hype behind it. And it was a storyline spec. There's not, you know, if you look back today, not many of those books are expensive. I think there's a Canadian Fan Expo one that does still go for a few bucks. But the fact that 666 was there's so much focus on it. 667 pretty much went without a lot of eyes on it, especially this 1 in 100. Amazing cover by Delado. So the print count for 667 was very low because everyone was all in on 66, right? And I don't want to say it was a letdown, but it didn't draw enough attention to make 667 this huge success. And what happened was, by it being kind of neglected on pre-order, the print run was very low, which in turn obviously made this 1 in 100 print run very low. And most people think that there's only about 200 of these books in existence, and obviously much fewer 9/8s, which is why this book is so valuable in a 9/8, all right? So let's get in, now that we have a little bit of background on the book, let's get into what happened here.
Looking to clean and press your books before submission? Well, look no further than the best in the business, Erod 212 with Express Comic Book Pressing Service. Defects 10 gets you 10% off. Erod will submit your books to CGC and CBCS and pass along his discount. Hit him up on Instagram or email expresscbp@yahoo.com.
We're going to talk a little bit about the book, you know, what happened, and also towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you a couple pointers for how to avoid some of the stuff that we've been seeing. Obviously with CGC, we talked about, it didn't get as much notoriety around the community, but we spoke about fake books inside of real CGC slabs. We talked about that about a year ago. That was a good video. If you want to go back and watch it on the channel, I'll pop it up above my head. Then obviously most recently, we've seen real books and real slabs from CGC, but them not matching, right? They swapped in a book for a lower grade copy or something that didn't have a Mark Jewelers variant. So that happened most recently. And now what we're seeing is a fake book inside a fake slab. Okay, so we'll talk about some pointers at the end to try to avoid some of this as much as we can. But what happened here? Okay, so apparently My Comic Shop posted on Twitter that they came across, or somebody sent them information, or they saw a tweet about a fake slab. So I'm going to bring up the pictures that they posted right now. And as you can see, they posted a few pictures. Now, guys, if you have a lot of experience with slabs, you could kind of probably tell right off the bat that this is fake, or it doesn't look right. The 9/8 doesn't look right on there. It just, the whole case itself looks a little off. So I'll kind of skim through these. You could kind of see that it doesn't look great. Obviously, you could see that they eventually cracked it. And then you could see that the book is actually a fake. All right. So now I believe that, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure My Comic Shop got this information from a Twitter account known as with the name Aaron Myers. And here's the story that he said on his Twitter account, and I'm going to read it for you guys. Here's a head scratcher that came up this week. Local pawn shop took this in as collateral for a loan of $500. And obviously it was a picture. He has a picture of the ASM 667. I guess the guy never came back. They took it to a store owner, friend, quote unquote, friend of mine to see what it could be worth. Last sale was about $10,000. I didn't see the $10,000 sale, but it's definitely possible that it's out there. The last one I saw was $37,000. But I know this book, if you look for it right now, it hasn't come down quite a bit with the rest of the market. And maybe the $10,000 was a raw sale. I'm not sure. But they're saying that it looked odd. He continues. He sent me some pictures and that the CGC labeled looked weird. Upon closer inspection, the case is different too, and the paper on the cover looks like it's photocopied and not glossy or printed at all. Now we're waiting on the pawn shop to make a decision to see if we can take it out of the case for closer inspection, but it's strongly looking like it's a forgery. They did match the serial number to a copy of the same book with the same grade though. It's not a cheap, lazy forgery. He went on to say, as several people now spotted, instead of Dan Slott on the label says Dan Slat. He said he originally missed that. Let's see. Another friend of mine found the real copy. It sold on Heritage in 2021 for $32,000. You know what? Maybe that's what I was looking at when I was looking at prices, and I'll show you why in a second. So maybe this copy, this serial number, the last time it sold was for, you know, $32,000. Maybe the last 9/8 of this book sold for $10,000. Still a huge number for a modern book, which is not a key. So there you go. So this was taken in by a local pawn shop for collateral, and clearly it was a forgery. And I'm going to assume that the person that brought it in did know that it was a forgery. So as you can see from the pictures of before, the slab just looked off. Defects, we got another coupon code for you. It is for comicbookexclusives.com. Our buddies over there are dropping fire exclusives each and every month. Go check them out at comicbookexclusives.com and use code DEFECTS for 20% off your order. Make sure you're following them on Instagram as well, because they are showing off all the covers that come out on a weekly, monthly basis. Let them know the Defects sent you. So as I said earlier, we've been through real slabs with fake books. We've been through real slabs with real books, just the wrong book. And now we've seen fake slabs with a fake book. Okay, so we've run the gamut, and CGC is in the center of all of it. We've talked about it. We've made our thoughts clear on the whole process and what they have done, what they've done right, what they've done wrong, and what they need to do going forward. Not going to rehash that right now. Maybe we'll save that for the live show. We can revisit this. But let's talk about a couple of pointers that you can use as a collector to avoid this, because I know that a lot of people are scared right now to buy slabs. We've had some people ask us about slabs we were selling to see if we were the original submitter. I know Gary has come across that several times now, people wanting to know if he's the original submitter. So people are a little nervous right now. I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you a quick way that I think, number one, that a lot of people need to start utilizing Go Collect, and their new let me move this over here. Give me 1 second. So there we go. Okay. So on Go Collect site, they now offer a service where you can look up a cert, and that's what I did, and that's how I had found the last sale of this particular cert. And it'll kind of take you through the history, which is great. But what it also does is it shows you the exact picture of the book that's sold. So you can see the picture and kind of compare it to what you're looking at. Kind of compare the imperfections or the wrap, the alignment. Obviously with 9/8, you're not going to have a ton of imperfections, if any, but you may see the label. Obviously, you could see the two labels. If the person had utilized this tool, they would have seen that the label is completely different. So right off the bat, you would have known this is not a good copy. Sometimes there's a little bit of a miswrap. Sometimes the cut on the top, the bottom, or the sides, even if it's a slight hair off, you can tell. So on books that are, especially on books that are not 9/8, you can utilize this service on Go Collect to look up certs, follow the history of that specific book. In this instance, in this scenario, that would have been a major tool for the purchaser, well, the pawn shop. All right. So I think, guys, that is a major tool that we're going to be able to use as collectors going forward to, if we're afraid to buy slabs, especially higher dollar slabs, use this tool. Also, trusted sellers, right? You want to know who you're buying from. You want to know the person that you're buying from. Obviously, that's not always a possibility, but try your best to either do your homework on the seller or use trusted sellers, like a Very Gary, like an Erod 212, like ourselves, right? Last, guys, what I would do that kind of goes along with the Go Collect tool that we used before is check the grader's notes to see if the imperfections match. That's what a lot of people have been doing for some of the investigative work that they've done with some of the fake CGC, the scam, that CGC scam that went on. They used the grader's notes to match up some of the imperfections along with the pictures from Go Collect. So that's the other thing that I would do is check those grader's notes. If you don't have an account to check the grader's notes, somebody you know has an account to check grader's notes on CGC, and that could be another major tool that you can use to feel more confident about buying a slabs. If you have anything else that you want people to know about as far as a tool to kind of feel better about buying slabs, especially high dollar ones, put it in the comments down below and we'll start a conversation with some of the people commented on this video. All right, guys, that wraps up the video for today. Just a quick one, but we wanted to bring this to your attention because it's something that as collectors, we need to spread awareness about and how to combat it so that you don't fall trapped to a scam like this. So as I said before, let us know in the comments if your slab buying horror story, if you have some tools or tips or pointers to help other collectors avoid mistakes like this. That would be great in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the notification bell so you know when we're putting out that new content. Every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, we're dropping a video, and then every Tuesday night, guys, we are live on eBay, live auction selling. That's right, eBay live. Basically similar to Whatnot, similar to the YouTube auctions, except now we're doing it on eBay. We're going right before Erod, usually. Sometimes he goes a different night, but he's part of this collective that we have, and then we go right after Very Gary. The link for our store, our eBay store, is down below. You want to click on that and save us as a seller so you know when we're going live, because, guys, there's been some great books that have gone up, and there's been some steals on the live auctions. So we're going to get out of here. We'll catch you on the next video, Defects. Later.